Hi everyone, welcome back to the Anand studio. Today we have Mr. Sri Sriram Seshadri. So we'll jump straight into a conversation with him on all the different topics that we have for him today. Namaskaram, Sriram sir. Thank you for your
Namaskaram,
time.
Anant. Yeah,
Thank
thank you.
you. So going straight in to our discussion, what is this whole issue between the Chidambaram temple Dikshitas and
Mhm.
the HR&CE? So what is the issue, and if you can go into a little more detail on that?
Okay, this Chidambaram temple, popularly known as Sabanayagar temple, uh, there is a issue that has been going on for several years, starting from 1960s, when the HR&CE Act was formed and HR&CE took over this temple. The Chidambaram Dikshitas went to High Court, Chennai High Court, and then filed a writ petition saying that this is a private denomination temple and hence HR&C doesn't have the locus standi to take over their temple administration. The single judge Chennai High Court bench said, upheld HR&C's decision, and subsequently an appeal in Chennai High Court also in 2009 ruled in favor of HR&C. So Chidambaram Dikshitas went to Podu Dikshitas went to Supreme Court. Supreme Court bench consisting of Justice Chavan and Justice Bobde, reviewed this entire case, and in 2014 they ruled in favor of Chidambaram Dikshitas. Okay, there they looked at several provisions of the constitution, especially Article 26, where we talk about equality among practicing religion, etc. So there they said very clearly, for ages it is a considered practice, considered opinion that the Podu Dikshitas were, number one, they actually identified Podu Dikshitas as a denomination within the Hindu religion. They identified and then recognized Podu Dikshitas as a denomination. And once the denomination is that status is given, then they are to be treated as a Madadibadi, like a Sankara Madam or your Ahobila Madam or various other mutts that is available across the country. They have to be treated like a charitable trust as a Madadibadi, and hence the temple belonged to the Matadibadi, and HR&C did not have any locus standi to take over the temple administration. All they said is because the HR&C Act itself is very, very clear. Unless and otherwise there is a misappropriation of administrative or funds of the temple or Hindu charitable institution, unless otherwise there is a proof available. It's not a complaint. Unless otherwise there is a proof available, the HR&C cannot go inside to take over the administration to restructure the administration. Even there, HR&C is supposed to rectify the mistake and create appoint appropriate trustees, hand over, and then exit. So today we are talking about HR&C is illegally occupying 47,000 temples in Tamil Nadu. That is a reality. So it is anti-constitutional. It is illegal. Now coming to Chidambaram Dikshitas temple, this Chidambaram Dikshita temple do not fall under the purview of HR&C because it is a private denomination owned temple. And that's what Supreme Court ruled in 2014, and hence given the Dikshitas a right to manage the property, right to manage the temple, and own the temple property. That's what the crux of the judgment. But there they gave a little bit of freedom or little bit of authority to the HR&C, saying that if there is a flaw, if there is a blatant misappropriation of funds, misappropriation of property, then if the proof exists, then HR&C can ask for information, not take over the administration, ask for information. So in 2009, there was a audit conducted, and so far the audit report is not available. And today, what HRNC has done is they had gone to Chidambaram Dikshitar's temple because uh, as a DMK is an anti-Hindu government, they actually wanted to interfere in the even HR&C only allows them to administer. Administer is only with respect to financial or other maintenance of it. They cannot get involved in, as per HRNC Act also, they cannot get involved in the rituals of the temple. Okay, so in Chidambaram, the Kanakasabai, to stand at the Kanakasabai and then worship the Lord is the denomination's right, and then HR&C wanted to violate that right, and then they try to arrange for a public entry into the Kanakasabai. Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
that Chidambaram Dikshidhar protested, went to court, and then did not allow this nefarious act of HR&C or this particular DMK government. So the ego of this government and the party is hurt. So they immediately said, we have received several complaints about misappropriation of funds, and hence we want to come and audit. And there is no proper notice, there is no proper court order, nothing is available. They just went and came there. So Dikshidhar once again showed to them the 2014 judgment by Justice Bobde and then Justice Chavan, and said that the HR&C do not have any locus standi to come and ask for this information. And yesterday or today, I don't know, between yesterday and today, HR&C has issued a public notice inviting people to come and give a complaint. Last week, they said they have received several complaints about misappropriation, and hence they went to the temple. Now they are actually coming in asking and begging people to give a complaint. Of course, there will be some amount of Dravida Kadagam and other missionary people will come and give some pre-prepared complaints about the Chidambaram temple. Even then, they cannot do that because even HR&C Act as is prevents HR&C to go on audit or ask for details unless otherwise there is a sufficient proof that there is a misappropriation. So I think this government should probably focus all their energy in governing the state rather than just trying to meddle with the Hindu faith and their temples. I think all they are trying to do is meddle with the Hindu faith and then temples, thinking that the minorities are appeased by that. And then because DMK's most of the vote bank comes from atheist and then minority population, about 18%, they have about 22 to 25% vote share. 18% of it comes from these denominations, and they think that they can win elections by appeasing them. By this, what DMK is trying to do is they are actually creating a counter polarization of Hindus. Last 70 years or 50 years, the Dravidian movement has tried to blame Brahmins, Brahmin abuse, Brahmin hatred for everything. Even Eve Ramaswamy, who is principal for all these Dravidian movement, has never ever questioned. See, when they say that Brahmins have discriminated other castes, okay, fine. Let's, for sake of argument's sake, Brahmins have discriminated the other caste and then considered them low. Then what about the second layer, third layer, fourth layer, or fifth layer of this caste system? Haven't they discriminated the rest of the layer? But these people never ever had the guts to go and challenge them, saying, "Hey, look, the lowest cadre according to them." Okay, in my opinion, or in Hinduism, in the scriptures, there is no order of hierarchy with respect to the caste. It is individuals, behavior. Say, for example, I as a Brahmin follow certain rituals, and then I follow my acharam, right? Then it is my personal prerogative. What I do inside my house is my personal freedom. Only when I step out of the house into the public, and if I discriminate people, then, or if I discriminate saying that someone is lower than me, then that is a crime, even according to Hindu scriptures, according to all the Vedas, right? So, but these people used, because of the missionaries who want to do the conversion, Tamil Nadu is a largest conglomeration of temples preserved by the faithful Hindus. I am not talking about Brahmins, faithful Hindus. Brahmins perform the pujas, Brahmins maintain those culture, but it is Tevars, Nadars, Counters, Muttarayas, Vanyas, and so many other people, including Dalits, who have actually kept the faith. But if they actually start dividing the 2%, 3% Brahmins are the root cause for all this, then they think that the Hinduism can be, dismantled, and then conversions can happen. That's what Evera's policy also, principle also. So far, what I'm trying to say is, the Brahmin hatred, Brahmin bashing, and all these have succeeded in the last 50 years, no doubt about it. But today, people are returning back and then saying, what the hell? 3% of the people is driving every 97% of the people. Are you saying that the rest of the 97% of the people are not intelligent enough to be influenced by the 3%? And this is what is rattling the DMK government, and they are creating a counter polarizing effect amongst the majority Hindus. I think thanks to them that BJP is marching ahead, riding on top of this. I think that's what the major issue. I think in a crux in the Chidambaram Sabanagar case, it's more of a ego tussle between Shekhar Babu and the government and their ideology, and these people are resisting because they have the court case in front of them. Court case that gives them the verdict not to share any information unless otherwise there is a proof of misappropriation is given to them.
Right, right. So, is there anything that the center can do from a policy decision standpoint as far as the temples go, the Hindu temples go? How do you see that?
I don't think center can do anything about it unless and otherwise center comes out with certain statutes which absolves the state powers to manage these religious institutions. So constitutional validity of that must be explored. See, anti-blasphemy law probably would come now. If it comes along with that, maintenance of Hindu and uniform civil code, if it comes, whether something can be routed through that. So one needs to explore. At this point in time, given the statutory and constitutional framework, center has very limited role in controlling the actions of the state government. It's only the court that can now come in and then say, okay, because Chennai High Court last year had given a huge stricture saying that you guys are sitting illegally. In fact, they have used this word, illegally occupying the temples, and also they have said that people who are working in the HR&C and then in the temple administration should give an affidavit and oath that they belong to the faith. If converted Christians or Muslims or any other religion should not be sitting inside the Hindu temple and then administering. So court had given the direction, but the government has turned a blind eye, and it is a contempt issue. Even in the Sabanagar case, if Tamil Nadu government pushes forward, it will be a contempt of Supreme Court, and then Supreme Court sumoto should take it. If not, I'm sure that Chidambaram Dikshitas will file for a contempt petition in front of Supreme Court, which will restrain the Tamil Nadu government, in my opinion.
Right, but this has been going on for a long time, right? Why can't this Suomoto issue come up from the court's perspective? It's been going
See,
on for a long
court
time.
See, a court cannot take it in Somoto because, only in the recent past there have been several cases like Mr. T.R. Ramesh and Subramaniam Swamy and several other lawyers have been hitting the, going to the court and then, asking for relief. But I would say that we are to be blamed for this. Simple thing is the unity amongst the Hindus is missing. and hence we are to be blamed. We are to be blamed for being what do you call manipulated. That the 3% Brahmins do, have taken away the 97 percentages. See, only entering the temple sanctum sanctorium is what gives them whatever they want. Fair enough. Will you abolish all the reservation policies? Will you abolish every damn thing, and then, allow Brahmins also to get all the benefits of the reservation? They won't, because for them, Brahmins are like Jews of Germany, where, they have been used as a, pawn in front of the common public to be terrified by their presence. So even if you talk about it, there is Ivera has talked about genocide of Brahmins, and someone from DMK, their spokesperson, Mr. Rajiv Gandhi, has talked about it, saying that, I think, we should have gone by the Periyar's direction, and then, conducted a genocide on the Brahmins, which is something that, unfortunately, what happens is, fine, individually, a Brahmin like me probably will or will not be able to go to the court and take action. There is an organization, Brahmins Association, Tamil Nadu Brahmins Association, available, and they have been in existence. They don't seem to have a problem with this. They should have ideally gone to the court and then, at least filed a case. Nobody has done that. Only now it is, of course, the legal options are being explored to file a case against this particular individual. Even Subramaniam Swamy has sent a letter to Election Commission de-recognizing DMK as a party, because they are openly advocating genocide of community, which is against the constitution. And a government has to be a political party contesting the election, should be for every people, every walks of the life of the people, and then cannot be cannot have a hatred against one community. So hope to see some actions on this, failing which, I think the court is the only recourse for even protecting the Brahmins, who may be just 2 or 3% population in this country.
Got it.